Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're jumping right into the wild world of AI. We're going to break down who's who, what's what, and really what it all means for you. I mean, you've heard all the names, right? ChatGPT, Gemini, Claude. But this whole AI landscape is moving at lightning speed. It feels like there's a new breakthrough every single week. So the real question is, who's actually winning this race? Let's dive in and find out. Okay, so first things first, let's make sure we're all on the same page. At the heart of all this are what we call large language models, or LLMs. You can just think of them as these incredibly powerful engines that have been trained on, like, a massive chunk of the internet. And their main job? It's actually pretty simple. Just predict the next word in a sentence. But that one simple idea, well, that's what powers everything from the chatbot on your phone to tools that can write code from scratch. And the growth here, it has been absolutely staggering. I mean, we're talking about just a few short years. We went from GPT-1, which was basically a cool science experiment, to a technology that is literally changing the world. And that huge leap, that's what kicked off the crazy competitive race that we're seeing right now. So, that brings us to today. The field is pretty much dominated by a few major players. But here's what's so interesting. They're not all playing the same sport. Each one has a totally different philosophy, a different strategy for how to build their AI, and ultimately, how to win. First up, you've got OpenAI, the company that really kicked this whole thing off for the public. Their strategy? It's pretty straightforward. Build the biggest, baddest, most powerful models out there. They're using these super complex architectures, like something called a mixture of experts. You can think of that as having a whole team of specialized AIs working together on one problem. They're just constantly pushing the envelope on raw power to stay on top. Then you have Google. Now, they're playing a completely different game. Their whole approach with Gemini is about integration. They are weaving AI into everything you already use. Google Search, your Gmail, your Android phone. For them, it's not just about building a beast of a model, it's about making AI this seamless, invisible helper that's just there, in your digital life. So this is the really key thing to understand. You've got these two totally different strategies. OpenAI, they're building the ultimate high-performance engine, a masterpiece of engineering that developers can take and build amazing things with. Google, on the other hand, is building the ultimate smart car, where the engine is just one piece of this perfectly integrated, user-friendly experience. See the difference? Two totally different roads to the finish line. And then you have a player like Anthropic. Their model is named Claude, and its whole identity is built around something they call constitutional AI. What does that mean? It means safety wasn't an afterthought, it was the first thought. It's baked right into its foundation. They train it from the ground up to be helpful, harmless, and honest. And because of that, it's become the top choice for really sensitive fields like finance and healthcare, where trust is everything. Okay, but wait. This race isn't just a three-horse race between the big corporations. Nope, there's another massive force out there, and it's completely changing the rules of the game for everybody. I'm talking about the open source revolution. So you've got these models like Llama 3, Mistral, and even Grok from XAI, and they're offering something really different, something that boils down to one word: control. Because they're open source, you or anyone can download them, tweak them, and, this is the big one, run them on your own computer. That means your data stays with you. It gives you maximum privacy and a ton of flexibility, which is a massive win for a lot of people. Now, there is a catch. There's always a trade-off, right? With open source, you get all this amazing freedom and control, but that freedom comes with responsibility. You've got to have the technical know-how to set it up and run it yourself. There's no customer support line to call if something breaks. It's all on you. So, as cool as all this current stuff is, the finish line in this race just keeps moving. The frontier is always pushing forward. So, to really get a sense of where this is all going, let's take a peek under the hood at what's coming next, looking at the kinds of capabilities we're seeing in a next-gen model like GPT-5. Just look at this number, 272,000. What is that? That's the number of tokens, which is roughly 200,000 words, that this new generation of model can understand all at once. That's not just a slightly bigger memory. It's a total game changer. This context window is a huge battleground now, by the way. You see Google's Gemini 1.5 Pro also handling massive amounts of info. We're talking about an AI that can read an entire novel or a huge software project and understand it all in one go. But the real magic here, the real revolution, is how it's built. Instead of just one ginormous brain trying to do everything, it works more like a really smart project manager. It looks at the problem you give it, and then its dynamic router sends the task to the right specialist on the team. Simple question? That goes to a fast, smaller model. A really tough, complex problem? That gets routed to the deep thinking expert. It's all about working smarter, not just harder. And does this new approach work? Oh yeah, it delivers absolutely mind-blowing results. You look at a really tough benchmark for software engineering, and the performance just skyrockets past the previous generation. We're not talking about a little improvement here. This is a massive, massive leap forward, especially for super technical jobs like programming. So what does this all mean for you? Well, it's not just about passing a test. It translates into some incredible real-world strengths. It's the best coding assistant out there, period. It can handle these long, complicated tasks all by itself. And maybe, most importantly, its tendency to just make stuff up, what we call hallucinating, is way, way lower. It just gets things right more often. Okay, I know that was a ton of information. We've got the market leaders, the ecosystem players, the safety-first champions, the open-source rebels. It's a lot. So with all these amazing but different options, how on earth do you pick the right tool for you? Well, this little cheat sheet here really helps break it down. You can see right away how each model really shines in its own way. If you need the absolute highest safety rating, hands down, that's Claude. But if you need a gigantic context window and the best coding performance money can buy, then a next-gen model like GPT-5 is just in a different league. It's all about matching the tool to what you need to do. Let's get super practical. Let's say your job is all about code. You're writing it, debugging it, designing with it. Or maybe you're just tackling really tough problems that need a lot of logical steps. In that case, you're going to want to reach for a frontier model like GPT-5. It's simply the most powerful tool for that job right now. But what if you're in an industry like healthcare or finance, a place where a mistake can be a huge deal and you absolutely need to trust the answers you're getting? Well, then your choice is different. You're going to want Anthropic's Claude. Its entire design is built for that kind of reliability. Okay, scenario 3. Your entire life runs on Google. You live and breathe in Gmail, Google Docs, and you've got an Android phone in your pocket. For you, the answer is easy. Gemini is going to feel like magic because it's designed to slot perfectly and seamlessly into that world. And last but not least, what if your number one non-negotiable priority is privacy? You need to keep your data on your own machine, no exceptions. Or maybe you need to build something super custom. Well, then you don't even need to look at the big corporations. The open source world is where you belong. So what's the big takeaway from all this? It's that there is no single best AI. The race isn't about one winner. The best model is the one that's best for you, for your job, for your budget, for your needs. It's about finding the right tool for the task, not just chasing the latest and greatest high score. When you step back, it's clear this technology is moving at a truly breakneck speed. I mean, the things we've talked about today were basically science fiction just a couple years ago. And that leaves us with one final, really big question we all need to think about. As these tools get exponentially smarter, how do we make sure that we do too? And figuring that out is what this is all about.